how I earned over $5,700 with lazy ads while I was out on maternity leave. In case we haven't met yet, hello, my name is Jenny, CEO here at Ads Uncorked, and we generated over $9 million for our clients last year with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Google Ads. And I want to go ahead and dive into this method that brought in just about 400 people to my email list while I was on maternity leave, and I didn't check on the ads once, and I knew that they were working, and I will show you exactly how I knew that they were working, and I had that peace of mind knowing I was bringing in thousands passively while I didn't have to do a single thing. So let's dive into the lazy ad method. So first, as business owners, we spend so much time creating content for social media, right? Getting the perfect trending audio, the perfect reel, the carousel, whatever it is, it takes a lot of time to create this content. And it really stinks when you post and you get a couple hundred views, right? When you don't see sales that are coming in, you don't see email list growth that's happening, you wonder if you're just screaming into the void. So creating lazy ads is the way to get around that. And not only that, but it's also a way to grow that email list and bring in sales to your business. So I want to show you guys how I set this up for my clients as well as my own business. Now, like I said, you can run these lazy ads as ads to bring in purchases, or you can gear these ads towards growing your email list. I will show you the email list growth side of things today, but the setup is near identical for both. All right, so if we come on into Ads Manager here, we'll go ahead and click Create, and I'm going to create a new campaign. And we have a few different options. We can tell Meta that we're either going for leads or we are going for sales. If you do sales, obviously Meta is going to go after those people who are likely to make a purchase. If I select lead, they're going to go after people who love filling out forms, and they will find people within the subset that I tell it to who like filling out forms. So this is, again, how I brought in over 400 people, or around 400 people, I should say, while I was out on maternity leave. If I wanted to, I could also just run it as sales though and run ads directly to my products, my mini courses, etc. if I wanted to. Leads, the reason I like doing this, they're just really affordable, right? Email list growth, some of our clients are under 20 cents each. Some of them are willing to spend a few dollars per lead. It just depends on how valuable that lead is to your business. So we'll go ahead and click on continue. Now, as we are walking through step by step how to set up these lazy ads, what I want you to have in the back of your head and remember is that I don't have to create any special ad creative. I don't have to create any special ad copy that's going to hook people in. I've already made content on Instagram and Facebook. What I'm doing is I'm actually bringing that into an ad here so that it really saves a whole lot of time. And take a look at this. You see this video here that has 29,000 views on it? My social media following is not that big. You can see on average, many of them are just getting a few hundred, right? But when I pull this into an ad, that's where I'm able to get these views to grow. That's where I'm able to get 211 comments on my ad, 164 likes, and 29,000 views. Like I said, that results in hundreds of people joining my email list every single month. And I'm going to show you how I grab this, how this is a winning creative for me, and how I bring it into Ads Manager, which saves me a lot of time. I could run lazy ads to every single one of my posts if I wanted to. I don't want to, just because not all of them point to exactly like the freebie that I want them to or the service that I'm trying to sell, but just know that you can. You could literally take most every single post that you make and run it as an ad strategically that will grow your email list or bring in sales. So let me show you how we do this. This campaign here that you're looking at in the background is a lead campaign. So I will click on leads. And we're going to get this little prompt that says we're now using an Advantage Plus lead campaign. That's fine. Basically, Meta's trying to make things even easier for us businesses by kind of streamlining the setup process here. So you can name this anything that you'd like. I could call this, like this ad that I'm going to show you guys today is for a free 5-minute tutorial. So I can call it that. We're going to scroll on down past all of this here. These are a little bit more topics for a different tutorial, a little bit more in depth. Daily budget. I typically spend about $15 a day on my email list growth ads. I have some clients that were spending hundreds a day. And I mean, you could even run it at just $10 a day in the background if you wanted. Just depends on how quickly you'd like to bring in those leads to your email list. Go ahead and click on next. Okay, after I clicked on next, I'm now in what we call the ad set level. So at the ad set level, this is where you get to tell Meta what you want it to do. So if you're going for purchases, you're going to say, hey, Meta, we're trying to find people who are likely to purchase. Meta knows who those people are. In this scenario, we are going for lead generation. So Meta knows who people are that are interested in my kind of content, who also love filling out forms and joining email lists. So it's crucial. This step will make or break your campaign success. So when we come on in here, most of my clients were either doing a website form or we are doing what we call an instant form. The difference between these is with an instant form, your Facebook ad will look like any other Facebook ad that people see, but when they click on the button to learn more or sign up, basically a form will pop up and it keeps them on Meta's platform. So they'll fill out their name, their email address, phone number, whatever it is that you collect, and they don't even have to leave Instagram, which is kind of nice from the user experience perspective, right? You don't have to click over to somebody's website, and it's pretty seamless and easy. And there are reasons that you might want to do that versus website form. Typically for my own business, I actually do go ahead and I generally am running website as my conversion location. The reason I like to do this is I actually have kind of some upsell sequences that I have on the back end of my website. So when someone does fill out a form on my website, I will reach them and ask if they want kind of a limited time offer. So there are reasons, again, like instant forms, super easy, very seamless. Website, they can get to know a little bit more about you and you can hit them up basically with some upsells after if that's applicable to your business. Just a note for you guys, when I come on down here, I have to select a conversion event. Again, this will make or break the success of your campaign. So this is crucial that you do this. What you need to do here is go ahead and select whatever your conversion event is. You need to set up that conversion event so that it measures, for example, lead, or it might measure whatever your custom conversion is that you set up. Within Ads in a Weekend, I show you guys how to set up these conversion events, but for now, we're just gonna go past it because I would like to show you guys, make sure that we've got time to take a look at how we're setting a lazy ad portion of this, not kind of like the behind the scenes tech setup. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure leads when I come on down. All right, so now we've got audiences. For audiences, I'm going to go ahead and just run with Advantage Plus targeting. You can see it says it right there. That's where Meta decides who to target. This is working across the board, across niches for all of my clients, regardless of how specific their business might be. This is working well, including for my business. All right, placements, we're going to leave placements as well. That means that ads will go to Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so here we are creating the actual ad itself. Now, so many people I feel get hung up on, okay, what does it need to look like? What does my video need to say? What is my text that shows up in the ad? And reminder that with lazy ads, all we are doing is we're grabbing that organic social media content that you already worked so hard to make, and we're bringing it in as an ad. So if we jump over to my Instagram, this first video here has 29,000 views. The reason it does is because I used this as my ad. And why did I choose to use this as my ad? Well, I had tested out organically a bunch of content, just talking about different topics, talking about different freebies I have, talking about different offers I have, and I noticed that this kind of messaging resonated. So that's why I decided to choose it as my lazy ad. All right, so you guys can see that I actually posted this back in 2023. This is not a new video, but it is doing still phenomenally because of the lazy ad method. So if I come in here, I can just call this ad one. And instead of creating an ad from scratch, we're going to use an existing post. This is where you come in and you can see I've got all of my posts that I can choose from, so many of them. But I'm going to go back to, what did we say the date was? September of 23. Select the date, September 28th. I will click on this, click on continue, and it will automatically populate here in a moment. Sometimes this glitches, yeah, so don't be concerned if it takes a moment here to load. All right, so now you guys can see it's showing me other suggested posts, but I'm just going to leave this. Again, reminder that my goal was to set this up super quickly. So we come on in. I don't need to change anything else in here. I'm not even going to check these other ad copy variations. I'm literally going to grab just my organic post. For a button, I'm going to go ahead and click on Learn More. And what I'm doing is I'm sending people to a specific URL to opt in. Want to show you all real quick, I created this super simple page for people to opt in, ready to send money-making traffic to your store. They enter in their name, email address, and then I send them a free video tutorial. And what I'm going to do is grab this URL. Like I said, I like sending people to my own kind of like landing pages like this because of the fact that after they enter in their email address, I then send them an offer and say like, hey, if you're excited about ads or you have X, Y, and Z questions, I have this product that might be exactly what you're looking for. So that's one of the reasons that I like using it. All right, I will copy and paste this in here. And then I'm going to click publish and we are all set. So you can see how this obviously is a 10-minute video tutorial, but it's because I've been doing a lot of talking behind the scenes, walking you through this. The ad setup itself can take under a couple minutes to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and publish it. And now bringing you guys back into Ads Manager, I just want to show you now that you kind of understand a little bit about what I had set up there. I want to bring you back into the campaign that I was running while I was out on maternity leave. You guys can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 different posts that at any point in time I have pulled in here. Again, this is just taking that organic social media content. I could tell that a couple of them were doing a little bit better than others, so I decided to bring it on in and point them over to my free video tutorial. With that, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how it is that we can take our organic content and turn it into actual ads that will bring in results such as email list growth, sales, and revenue to your business. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, I really encourage you to take a look at Facebook Ads in a Weekend. This is my signature course where we will dive way more into detail on all of this. You can see how to do all the extra behind the scenes tracking, how to understand exactly what your return is. We dive more into email list growth as well as ads to bring in sales specifically to your product-based business. Go ahead and check it out.